All right, tonight I've got a what was a Star Phantom army, I believe. A lot of Forge World stuff in this. Um, Reasonably well painted. I wouldn't say professionally painted. Could use some touching up, but overall pretty decent, especially for white. These guys could also be converted to be white scars or chapter of your choice, I guess. Here we have a command squad. You've got two guys with banners. You've got a captain. He's painted actually really well. He's got a power sword, a combi weapon. Got a Forge Father, I believe, or a Tech Marine, some combo on that. I believe this was a it's a Forge World mini that's been converted here, and reasonably well painted too, looking pretty good. You've got a champion or possibly an Emperor's champion, and you've got an apothecary in here as well. You got four dreadnoughts. You've got and these have several of these have some Forge World components to them. This guy's got that flamer cannon. I'm not sure the rules on it, but I remember seeing it for Forge World as well as a I think it's a seismic drill. The other guy is the I forget what they're called, but it's the heavier armored assault dreadnought. So you got two fists, you got missiles, meltas, flamers, that kind of stuff underneath. We've got one here with hurricane bolters, and he has some kind of a boarding weapon here. It looks like a emperor, an eagle's head on it. Some kind of a breacher or a assault thing. Missiles here on the top of him. Pretty interesting looking dreadnought there. And back here we've got a assault cannon or autocannon rather, and missile launcher. And I believe this is the Forge World Grey Knight body on this guy. Pretty cool looking base there too, hooked up. Let me walk over to the troopers here. We've got a squad of 10 here in the front. These guys all have combat shields. You've got two guys with flamers. You've got one guy with a combi melta. The rest of the guys have chainswords and combat shields. Painted reasonably well. Looking okay. Could easily be converted into white scars. The next squad we've got are 10. These guys have Forge World boarding shields on them and bolt guns. You've got 9 guys with bolters and boarding shields, one sergeant with a power weapon and a boarding shield as well. Next squad back, 10 more. Same as that first squad, you've got boarding shields and bolters, and a sergeant again with a power shield, or storm shield, I'm sorry. Or boarding shield, I guess, because it is the Forge World one. It's not the standard ones. Squad back here, another 10, the same as those. You've got bolters and boarding shields here, a 10-man squad. You've got a 10-man Devastator squad, 4 missile launchers, and 6 bolter-carrying Marines. Sergeant here is identified by the black helmet. And then you've got a 5-man squad. You've got 4 melta guns and a sergeant, again, with a combat shield. All in all, pretty nice-looking force. Some pretty expensive components on here with all the Forge World boarding shields, etc. The dreadnoughts, it's painted up, ready for tabletop, based, frocked on the base. You've got a brown base with dark covering on it. A couple of the models, this guy in particular, very well painted for him. You know, he's got, this is a pewter miniature. I think it was a limited edition captain that came out a long time ago now, if it's pewter, right? But he's looking pretty good. A little more upscale paint job on him. And same with this Iron Father guy. Again, he converted to have a storm shield, but I'm not sure what this model is. But I can tell it's Forge World. It's got some pretty funky details on him. Good looking model though. Anyway, that's the auction. Happy bidding, and I hope it goes to someone that puts it to good use.